Stock market and SoFi investors, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason. In today's episode, I want to talk about institutional ownership for SoFi stock. Unfortunately, we saw the first tick down in institutional ownership in over a year. Am I concerned about that? We're going to talk about that today in this video. So make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into the video. Take a look at your screen right now. Currently, institutional ownership, 1,020, 972 long. Institutional shares closing in on 700 million, 698 million, 353,000, 54.76 institutional ownership. Real quick, guys, before I forget, SoFi is offering 25 free bucks if you open up a SoFi investing account and 25 free dollars if you open up a checking and savings account. I'll leave my link in the description down below if you want to check that out. Okay, we're going to pull up this chart. As you can see, since 2022, pretty much, we've gone up considerably almost every single quarter. We saw a little bit of a drawback here back about a year ago, and then we've been up and to the right ever since. But the first tick down, we were at like 730,000, and now we're back under 700,000 institutional shares owned by these huge institutions. Does that make me a little bit of concern? Maybe, if that trend continues. But as of right now, if we take a look at the day-to-day here on Fintel, we've had a couple companies sell out of their position, but we've also had some companies add. U.S. Capital Wealth Advisors really increased their position by 2,800%. We did have a sell-off of 100% of the calls here. And whenever we see negative, we see trimming of positions. But March was pretty slow. February was pretty busy, as you can see here, the dates here on the left of people allocating and deallocating funds to SoFi. So here we go. Core Cap Advisors 47 did add to their position, 364%. And we have some breaking SoFi news. If you check this out, guys. Boom! Look at this after hours. There are rumors that this Trump deal with Iran could get done. So the markets are ticking up. Over 17 bucks per share, up over 6% after hours. So that's a good thing moving forward. Will that hold for the rest of the week? I'm not sure. If you look at Trump's Truth Social tweets or whatever the hell they're called, he's kind of losing his mind right now. So he needs to rein it in, or he's going to find himself getting impeached sooner rather than later. The dude is office rocker, to be nice. But I'm not really concerned about that in the long term. In the short term, we'll see some volatility with him saying crazy shit. And every time he opens his mouth negatively, the market responds negatively. And whenever there's hopes for a deal, we see an increase. A lot of stocks are up huge after hours. Okay, here we go. A little bit more on SoFi. Why I'm not really worried. Price to earnings at around 40. Price to sales around 5. Market cap at 21 billion. EPS looks pretty solid. But if we go over to the financials and valuation and look at the company, I love looking at these averages over a 5-year period. Price to sales, we're looking at pretty good here at 5.64. Price to earnings, 41. Back in 2024, it was over 128. So this price, considering what it was the last couple of years, looks pretty cheap. And if we look at the PEG ratio, the price to earnings growth is really good. These numbers are hard to really figure out advantages of this company because it's such a newly profitable company. Price to forwards earnings, the cheapest it's been in quite some time at 28.54. All right, SoFi investors, if we take a look at the screen right here, we could see now it's jumped up even more, $17.30 per share, up over 7% after hours. People are piling in to the stock after hours in hopes of a deal coming up soon. So, again, we're going to take a look at some of these metrics, figure out where we're at. I love the PEG ratio at 1.04. And if we take a look at the balance sheet, it's looking pretty strong. $5 billion in cash, $1.94 billion in total debt. They don't have the free cash flow over the trailing 12 months on this particular website. But the short interest, man, shorts are getting obliterated after hours. They're going to really, it did tick up over 10%. It was in that 7, 8, 9% range, but the short interest has ticked up with the bears coming in after that short report. But man, they're going to get blown up. Yeah, I despise short sellers, but I cannot wait to see them get blown up over the next couple of days. Really exciting stuff here for all of us SoFi investors. They're getting blown up. Gross profit over the trailing 12 months, almost $3 billion. Revenue over the last year, $3.58 billion. Looking really good. We got to get back up over the 50-day and 200-day moving average if we really want to make a run. The 50-day moving average is at 19.15 and the 200-day moving average is at 23.83. If we hit those numbers, we could see possibly $30 by the end of the year. But I'm not worried at all whatsoever about SoFi stock. Even though the institutional ownership has ticked down, I think some people got scared about what's going on macroeconomically with the war in the Middle East. So that's kind of my thoughts on what's going on right now. But I always want to bring you guys up to speed on what's going on, no matter what that is, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. We're still closing in around 55% institutional ownership and 700 million shares. I expect these numbers to tick up sooner rather than later, especially once this stock gets in the S&P 500. I am thinking that by the end of the year, we'll be in the S&P 500. That's going to bring this up, I'm going to say, between 750 and 800 million shares owned by institutions. So there it is, guys. Just wanted to give you a little update on institutional ownership. And we are flying high after hours, guys. I love it. Let's do a little refresh. Yeah, up to $17.30 per share. I hope you guys were buying when I was telling you to because, woo, baby, you're going to make some cash. All right, SoFi investors, we'll catch you on the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.